long walks on the beach, deep conversations, and romance. If you were to see something like this on a dating profile, you probably wouldn't swipe right, now would you? Before the generation of Tinder, things like that was romantic and even enticing. Now, as long as you have a cute dog in your profile, you will be getting matches. Dating has come a long way since the 80s and 90s. We have better ways to communicate with random strangers than we used to. You don't have to actually approach someone these days if you think they're cute. You can just hop onto your phone, swipe right, cross your fingers, and hope for a match. You also certainly don't have to do this.
I'm looking for the goddess. Are you the goddess? Who is the goddess? The goddess is the woman, is a woman, is any woman, is all women.
You know, I only need one you.
I have a very strong sense of humor. I've read recently that everyone thinks they've got one, but my friends do agree that I do.
I decided that I'm lonely.
It is so simple now. All you gotta do is swipe.
My name is Nicholas Dodick.
My name's James Yu.
My name is Natalie.
Burnaby born and raised. I've lived here my whole life. Not a whole lot to say.
I am 19, I turned 20 in June. I'm Vancouver born and raised. I'm an aspiring voice actor. I start training this May, so.
I'm from Calgary. I was born in El Salvador and I'm an actor. I'm in an acting school.
What am I on Tinder for? Well, when I first got Tinder, this was like kind of little under a year ago. My best friend at the time was on it, and then, you know, one night he was just like, dude, just get it for shits and giggles, you know? And I was like, oh, okay, fuck it, why not?
Just for fun. I was looking for someone to meet and go on dates with, yeah.
I mean, I think what everyone else is on there for, you know, it's just, you're lonely, it's a place to meet people. It's like the least involved way to meet people. Like, you don't have to go out to a bar and like actually risk a conversation with anyone. It's literally just, oh.
If there's one thing I've always kept in mind, it's you can't really be disappointed if you go in with low expectations. Like, I wasn't expecting anything like, well, you know, it's online dating, so it's, you know, it's kind of like, I went in with relatively low expectations. You know, I didn't expect to find the one. You know, it would be a pleasant surprise if I did, but, you know.
It wasn't at all what I expected it to be. I thought it was gonna be, well, actually, I don't know, because I thought there were gonna be a lot of people who just wanted, no, I don't, can I say this?
Yeah.
Who just wanted to have sex, but that's not at all what I found. Yeah.
Shit. Absolute garbage. It's not the first time I was on. I've downloaded and deleted it a couple times like most people. I really don't expect anything out of it. It's just people at their most raw.
Negatives and positives of Tinder. I wouldn't say that there's anything objectively negative or positive. I think, for my personal opinion, with negatives, you know, sometimes it's like, well, you know, some people are just on there for free things, you know, free food, free money, et cetera, et cetera. Some people, you know, like there's inevitably, you know, a certain amount of people that are just shallow or anything, and, you know, it's not out of expectation. But there are also some positives. You know, I think that I've met some great people as well. Couple of which, you know, whom I am still friends with to this day. And sometimes you just get a great laugh out of it, you know, so, yeah.
I guess the positives would be, once again, like, it's a great way for more introverted people to, you know, meet other people, because actually going out, you know, like I said, like to a bar or to a coffee shop and like actually trying to strike up a conversation or a friendship with someone, it's not easy. It's extremely intimidating. And Tinder's just the perfect alternative to that. It's like basically risk-free. Negatives though, full of really shitty people. It's full of like really great people too. I feel like the negatives is there's a big stigma against it, like a massive one, just kind of against online dating in general. It's gotten a lot better in the past couple of years, like I find just kind of in public opinion. But I feel like it is still something that people kind of go like, oh, like they met on Tinder, like.
It's a fun app. I mean, I've had some interesting conversations with people. Some have been good, some have been boring, so yeah.
Do I find it easier to meet people in Tinder than in real life? Yes, 100%. It's infinitely easier. It's like you see them right there, you swipe, and you're connected, that's it.
No, actually. The difficulty with online dating is that usually it's long distance, right? Like you'll meet someone online and more often than not, you know, they're not really around where you are. You know, with Tinder, it's obviously, you know, people that are local. But in online dating in general, you know, it's just when there's that distance, because online and long distance kind of, it goes hand in hand. So when there is that distance, it's much harder to make things work. And usually those, in my opinion anyway, and what I've seen and heard, those relationships kind of do fall apart really quickly unless the distance is closed within a certain amount of time. And yeah, you know, I was raised slightly old school, so I still believe in meeting people in real life. Tinder is actually, now that I think about it, it's kind of like this interesting mix of the two, because you're meeting people online, but it's also like people that are local. So I don't know, it's not so bad, you know. It could work.
I do. Only because for me, it's hard to go up to someone and be like, hey, let's grab a coffee. So online dating, you can just text it. You don't have to do much.
Crazy stories, my exes. I think the craziest, like in a good way, story I have is one time, like this girl messaged me and she's like, full disclosure, like you're a bit too young for me, like I'm not really down for it, but I just want to let you know that you're the cutest boy on this app. And I just fucking died. It was amazing. I was like, oh, you're so sweet.
I've read some crazy bios. There was one that really cracked me up. It was, do you ever, you know, open your eyes, look at the person that you're sitting next to and thank the lucky stars that you're together with them or something, and you kiss them or whatever. And then it was like, well, I did that, and now I'm not allowed to fly Lufthansa anymore. So it's like, that one cracked me up. But in terms of the story, I'll go into it a little bit. This was kind of around October last year, and at the time, you know, in hindsight, I was much more lonely than I am now, and I was in a much more difficult place. It was a period of instability in my life, and I met this one person, and you know, like the first date went really well, and I fell really hard, because at the time also I felt like I didn't really have anyone that really understood me, and when you're trapped in that kind of lonely bubble for so long, you know, the first person that you think kind of really gets you, you kind of cling on to like a barnacle. It's almost like, you know, they're a lifeline of sorts, and you just, you know, you want everything to do with them. Didn't end out well. It was kind of a miscommunication as well, you know. I was, you know, really, really into this person. I was kind of just, you know, a rebound. It's good to just reflect. Through pain comes growth and maturity and understanding. You gotta go through a little bit of hurt to understand things better. Yeah.
I do. I was texting with this guy once, and he offered to go for coffee in the middle of the night. So I said yes, and so I gave him my address, and he showed up in a bike. So that was pretty crazy. So he was standing in front of my house in a bike. So.
I mean, the great thing about like finding people that you're actually like meant to be with is that you're never really looking for them. You know, like if you're actively trying to say, like, I want to go find my fucking soulmate, like you're never gonna find them. So no, I don't really expect much out of it. I just kind of downloaded it like everyone else for shits and giggles. And what happens, happens. I don't really expect a lot because of the track record of the app, but life's fucked like that.
Maybe, I don't know. The thing about meeting people, whether it be on Tinder or whatever, is that, you know, anything can happen, right? So, you know, I just kind of go with the flow of how things are, and yeah, maybe, so.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know.
Everybody has different experiences with the dating pool, whether it's predominantly online or just out in the real world. Some of it can be awful, but some of it can also be amazing. The dating pool has immensely changed throughout the years, and will continue to do so. Now, we all have different experiences and different goals, but what choices are you going to be making? So you never know. Keep your mind open and keep swiping.
Oh, fuck. On makeup needs to be perfect. Well, I don't even have makeup on, so whatever.
What?
Huh?
Hurry up.
Okay.